Kristi with Stone Family Farmstead. As promised, I'm going to share with you all my favorite things that I like to get from the dollar store. And I'll be covering stuff from the 99-cent store, from Dollar Tree, from any dollar store that I go to. First of all, I'll start with things for seed starting that you can get at the 99-cent store or at Dollar Tree. First thing is seeds. Okay, these are usually about 4 for $1, and they're good seeds. I use them. I've grown quite a bit of dill this year, and it's fantastic, and I grow a lot of marigolds as well. They have a very good selection of seeds, and they're all pretty much the basic things that you would grow in the spring or whenever, you know, lettuce, peas, beans, corn, marigolds, herbs. And so you could pretty much get all your seeds there. The only difference between these seeds and maybe like Burpee or any other brand that's in your local garden center is that there are fewer seeds in here. But still, if all you could afford was these, you would be fine with these. Peat pots. I have bought so many of these this year. Mostly I use them for transplanting because I normally use peat pellets to plant my first seeds in. But you can also use this size instead of the peat pellets and just get a good seed starting mix and put it inside of here or even inside of here and grow the seeds here. These can be planted directly in the ground. You're going to want to think about what you're planting. So I would use these for tomatoes, peppers, squash, larger things. And I would use these probably for herbs and flowers, just smaller seed stuff that I would sow more densely. If you do use those and you need to plant up, you can buy these plastic cups. All you have to do is to poke about 5 holes in the bottom, fill it with a transplant mix, and then just plant, you know, whatever is in these. Peel the peat pot away and plant in here. If you don't want to peel the peat pot away, just peel the bottom off, and that would be fine too. The roots just need to be able to move around, and so if you don't want your peat pot to go to waste. If you do peel the peat pot off, just throw it into the compost pile. It'll just be helpful there. I like to use these plastic cups because I can see when I water, I can see if the water is getting to the roots, and that really helps me out because when I have a whole bunch of transplants on the table and I'm trying to water them all, I need to be able to see, you know, quickly if the roots are getting the water or not, or if all the water's just running out and not touching the roots at all. So I would recommend using these see-through cups over styrofoam, but you can get styrofoam cups, those are fine as well. And what's nice about these is that you can just write with a Sharpie on it, and you'll be able to make sure to mark what you have in each of these. These are harder to write on with Sharpie, but it can be done. If you don't want to do that, you can buy a couple packs of these markers. And these are really nice because you can basically just use these year after year. So another option, and I don't have any in here right now, but another option is for markers is the popsicle sticks, and you can write on those. And the only thing about writing on popsicle sticks is that popsicle sticks get wet and they end up kind of decomposing right in your pots, and so it's kind of, I don't know, it's not my favorite way to do it. And also when I write with Sharpie, because I use Sharpie for pretty much everything, it kind of runs. So I do prefer these markers. And there's also like taller ones that they have. I didn't see any today, but they do have them. These are my favorite, my very, very favorite trays to use for when I do my transplants in cups like these, or even in the small 3-inch peat pots. They're nice and big. It's easy to water in these, and they're strong enough to transport, you know, when I'm moving my plants around when I'm hardening off. And so they're my favorite. I get these at Dollar Tree. And as a matter of fact, I didn't mention all the cups and the pots and the markers and everything. Those are at both Dollar Tree and at 99-cent store. These particular trays are only at Dollar Tree. I really like these though, so I make special trips to Dollar Tree just specifically for these. And I have a whole ton of them. I just love them. What I was using before I was using those trays were these foil trays. And I like these, and they're great in a pinch. They don't hold as much as the Dollar Tree trays, but they will work in a pinch. And also, these are nice to use for peat pellets. For peat pellets, as a matter of fact, these are awesome. If you don't have any of those 1020 flats, or even the 1010 flats, you can use these, and they're super cheap, and all you have to do is just wash them and just use them over and over again. I also buy these. I love these. They have this size, and then they have a wider, shorter size of these, and these are really great for fitting cups in, transplants in, and I can fit about 6 of either the 3.5-inch or the 3-inch peat pots or the cups, and they're nice and strong and sturdy. I like those too. There's so many plastic containers between both stores, like these with the handle. These are super great for bringing in your harvest, small harvests, you know, carrying it through the garden. It's really nice. I use these also for transplants, and they're really great. I buy a lot of those, and I use them over and over again. That was all the seed starting and seed transplant stuff. Now I'm going to show you some general things that you can get. This is a kneeling pad. You can use these in your garden to kneel on or to sit on if you don't have a place to sit, you know, that's not dirt or whatever, or another surface you don't want to sit on. So these are about 99 cents. I got this from Dollar Tree. They usually have these at the 99-cent store as well, and other kinds too. So 99 cents, not a bad deal. Garden netting. I get this at the 99 cents only store, and this is basically to put over trees. I don't know if you can see what it looks like, but you put it over the trees to save your trees from birds and things like that. This is a really light one. They also have a heavier one, which I like to use for my grapes to keep the goats out. The next thing you can get at the 99-cent store is this weed control fabric. I don't use this to control weeds. It's awfully thin, but what I do use this for is to line my wagon so that I can plant plants in my wagon. That doesn't work anymore. So a couple of tires popped on my wagon, and instead of throwing it away, I decided to line it with this and plant strawberries in it. I got these not at 99 or at Dollar Tree, but at a different dollar store that I stopped into. I had never been there before, and so I looked around and found these. These tiny ones, I never see them at the 99 or at Dollar Tree, but they do have larger sizes of these, and they look exactly like this, or there's also a few sets of these plastic black ones that are, you know, work about the same way, spring clamps. And so these are really super good for putting garden cloth around your garden or over it. I found these really cool baskets at Dollar Tree today, and the reason why I like them is because they actually have almost nothing to them. And so what I'm going to use these for is to protect certain plants from birds and from my goats. And so my goats will just turn these right over, so I'll have to use some garden staples in, you know, to hold this down. But these will work perfect, and they won't take away any of the sun really. And I think these are going to work really great. Hose tools. There's so many in abundance at both Dollar Tree and 99-cent store. I bought this one. It has lots of different settings, but there are all kinds of different ones. And there's also things like hose repair kits and stuff like that. Other things I found were items that I could use to build my grow light box. I can't get those big plastic tubs there, of course, but I can get foil. And I bought this aluminum foil tape because it says on it that it resists water vapor. So remember when you watch my video for the grow light box that I was talking about, when I use masking tape, it molds. So this really appealed to me, and it's silver, and it's probably going to look exactly like the foil. But if you don't want to get this kind, if you just have duct tape, that's fine too. And I have not seen that mold. So there you have it. There are just so many things at the 99-cent store that have actually just solved so many issues for me this year. And I probably spent hundreds of dollars there, especially on garden materials. A lot of it's really good. Some of things I have tried and I haven't liked very much, but for the most part, I have really, really liked everything that I bought, and been able to put it all to really good use. And I'm sure I've saved hundreds of dollars just by doing that. So check the show notes for links to some of these items where you can purchase them, or you can just look at them, or whatever. Those are going to be affiliate links. So I'm just sharing that because any links that I give you guys, it's not going to cost you any more to shop through my links, but I'd sure appreciate it because it really helps me to offset the cost of the free content that I love to give you guys. So there you go. And also, if you would click on my links for my Facebook page and my Instagram and my blog, and subscribe to those, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm going to go ahead and be doing periodically stuff I get from Dollar Tree or 99-cent store, especially in spring, the beginning of spring, when everything's out. Right now there's still a few things left, and you can still get a lot of these things at both of those stores, but in the beginning of spring, that's when all kinds of stuff is out, and then I'll do another video and share with you all the new stuff that they have. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.